Gotham City is nothing but neon biker gangs, leather freaks, and cross-dressers. Is that what you want? Come home!
No, I won't, Mom. I'm gonna be a comedian. When I look back on my life, before going jokeman to harlequin, so to speak, I wasn't even sure I existed. It's like blurry, cracked mosaic of all these gender revelations. You mean she's a he?
I'm trans.
Well, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. I was fairly certain I was in love, and I was so afraid of that feeling going away.
Ah, but you should be afraid.
I just want my happy little boy back.
I just don't feel like a boy.
You're not. Boy, I've developed an experimental treatment. You'll be Mama's happy little boy.
Also comes in rainbow for pride.
It was foretold that someday a clown would rise.
Sounds pretentious.
It is.
Whatever you say, Mr. J.
Hunka hunka.
Now you must journey inside yourself.
I'm not a hero, and I'm not a villain either.
So who are you?
I'm a woman of my word.
I thought clowns were supposed to be funny.
Welcome to They Call This a Movie, testing the strength of friendships one terrible movie at a time. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes and podcast services by searching They Call This a Movie, and find us on Blue Sky, Threads, and Instagram at TicTamPod. That's TCTAM Pod. Welcome back to They Call This a Movie. This is Anthony Del Vecchio. With me, as always, is Dan Aquino and Mark Meyer. Say hello, gentlemen.
Hi, friends.
Hello, everyone. I'm glad the warm weather is finally here. It's not like it's going to turn back to be chilly and near 50 at all again, right? Weather works in a straight line up is what we're doing, right?
Right.
Depending on where you're from, it could maybe the warm weather hasn't even hit you yet.
That's true. But then how could they, like me, go to Rita's Water Ice and enjoy a Peeps Water Ice?
Ew,
Yeah.
Don't say those words here. Don't bring that evil on this podcast.
I verified that oldest niece likes Peeps too, so a couple more points in the favorite scoreboard there.
So it's 100-2.
Yes, yes.
Closing the gap.
I'm glad you're keeping score, Ant.
What's that famous? They use it in a meme now. It's like someone hits a half court 3-pointer to cut the lead to like 34-6 or something like that.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, it's basically that. It's like one of the it was like in the NBA, somebody like did their whole full 3-point celebration, and it was like cut the lead to 46.
So she's gaining ground, is what we're saying.
Yeah, she's gaining ground. But no, in all seriousness, even though it does look like the joke I was making, the weather does look in the 80s going forward for a little bit. I'm actually kind of glad, even as a person that likes winter, that it is starting to get warm outside. I think I definitely felt a little bit of this seasonal depression this year for some reason. But yeah, because the warm weather is making me happy.
Sure. Well, if you like winter so much, why are you sad?
I don't know. I usually am not. But this winter,
you had so much going on. I figured you'd be,
Yeah,
you can't stop and think about
Yeah.
the depression.
I mean, maybe that was the thing. I didn't get a chance to stop and think about winter, that the season I love. It made me
maybe.
sad.
I don't think it's fair that you're trying to corner the market on both loving winter and being just a depressed asshole also in winter. So you got to pick one. It's like people that like I don't like the winter, so I feel like I'm allowed to be a miserable piece of shit in the winter. I feel like you can't be like, I love the snow and also I'm bummed, dudes.
Okay.
I don't think it's fair.
Right,
You can only be one or the other.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll switch my winter seasonal depression that I have, and we'll just throw it in the middle of August when it's 100 degrees and 90% humidity.
There you
And
go.
I am miserable.
If
So,
you hate,
yeah,
if
we can do
as
that.
long as you hate August, it's fine.
Yeah. I'll move it back to August. So I think
Yeah.
we struck a deal here.
I think
Good
that's
job,
fair.
guys.
I'll take that. I'll take that bet.
I love it when because my house becomes 80 degrees. That's
Good
so great.
Lord. That's
I'm in heaven. Heaven.
I don't get it.
When is it not 80 degrees in your house?
When it's winter and then it's 60 degrees in my house, and I hate life.
Oh, I thought you were one of those crazy people that kept the heat high.
No.
No, this is 100% based on how much it costs to do either thing.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm very frugal. You know that. If I didn't have a wife and child, I would never turn the. I'd let the house go up to 90.
I mean, I get that.
What? No, don't say that.
Let me finish, and
That sounded like a period mark.
No, that's good, Mark.
no,
you're
Dan
good.
knows where
We don't
I'm
need to
kind of going
continue.
with this. I think he knows. I also do not turn on my AC in my house for money reasons.
Yes.
And I let it sit to get into the mid 80s in my apartment. But I do have the advantage of I only have 2 rooms, so it doesn't really get all that hot in a spot.
You
But
just said it gets up to 85, Mark.
yeah, roughly. I got fans on me. I'm fine.
That's insane person thing to do.
You're
both sick.
No.
Oh, my electric bill's only $50, so that,
Yeah.
I will keep it there.
I'll spot you the $10 to bring it down to 81, Mark.
What you call insane, we call thrifty.
I can't imagine walking through a house that's 85 degrees and just living there. I would never get any sleep.
Get ready for it over the weekends.
No, my house is not going to be 85 degrees.
No,
I mean,
when
you're
you're
talking
at
about
my
your
house. Yeah,
your
get
house.
ready.
Good Lord. Thank God you guys don't actually cook.
And so think of it this way: the AC won't be on, and there's going to be 30.
Oh my God. I could feel the moisture just off of everybody already.
Yeah.
Everyone just has a fine glistening to themselves when you walk in.
But see,
Jesus Christ.
the sleep thing isn't an issue because I have a fan directly on me the entire night. Against the advice of Neil deGrasse Grass, I can't talk. You know who I'm talking about.
Go again.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Tyson. There we go. It's like
I call bullshit because when we lived in our townhouse, we had the 3rd floor, and we slept on the 3rd floor, and regardless of what we did with the air conditioning, it never reached up there. So our solution was a fan, and it's bullshit. It's just blowing hot air on you. You guys are both sick.
Let me
live
in my delusion, Ant.
You're both sick.
Can I do you one better?
Or if you mean worse, then sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
This can only be worse.
I sleep with the covers off.
Oh my God.
Okay. I don't go that far, Ant.
My goodness gracious. The other night, I had a pair of sweatpants on. I was getting ready to go to bed. I was like, I can't do this. I switched into shorts because we keep our house around 72, and I was still too hot.
Yeah, I can't go. I can't go.
Some people are just built for the heat.
Maniacs are built for the heat.
I'm not listening to that. I'm living my truth.
I take it to get a little bit one step further than Dan in that I hate the heat, but I also like to not pay a high utility. So
I feel like you guys are racing to the bottom. I don't think every additional thing either of you are saying at this exact moment has not made anything better.
No,
it's a race to the bottom.
Yeah, I'm a masochist, but that low utility bill makes it all worth it.
How about this?
He says to himself,
"You ready for this?"
Go ahead.
At work, I'll go sleep in my car in 90-degree weather. I'll just roll the window down.
Well, Stan, I think you win.
Yeah, like, no breeze whatsoever. I just lay down in my car. It's heaven.
Work is the one place I take advantage and pump the air down just because I'm not paying for it.
Right.
So you're
like a hotel.
You're sitting there in a car that's not on because I can't imagine you're letting that run.
Nope.
Because you're not wasting the gas money.
Correct.
In, I assume, jeans of some sort.
Yeah, and usually a polo. And
this is the idea. The idea of sweating in a pair of jeans is second to only just walking around in jeans that you have purposefully gotten wet, like you've jumped in a pool or something with a pair of jean shorts. I can't imagine anything worse than just sweating while sitting in a pair of jeans. Good Lord. Good Lord, fellas.
Never...
You need to make right with God. I feel like both of you.
I'll never get wet and I hate it. That's the worst feeling.
Yeah.
I'll never ever do that. I'd rather be caught dead. I'll sweat it out. I love it.
No words.
Listen.
No words.
I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm
not offering it.
This is me. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best.
I can't handle you at your most moist.
My most moist. The problem is at my office, it's freezing because I'm working with machines. So they constantly have the AC on to like 60 degrees. So I'm freezing in there. So I need to get out, sweat it out, get a little sweat going, come back in and cool off.
So I'd rather be a little bit cool, throw on a sweatshirt, get a hoodie, and just be comfortable.
That's what I do at work.
This room gets warm during the day. Like if I have the door closed, like on a call, just because the sun is sets in this direction, it gets warm, and I hate it. And it's probably only getting up to like 77.
That's
you guys are. It's hot. It's too hot for me.
No, I would probably need a sweatshirt for that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the one thing that helps.
Are you healthy? Are you healthy?
Me?
Yeah.
Me?
You're malnourished. Let's be honest.
I don't know if I'm malnourished. The last time I went to the doctors, I weighed 160, so I feel like that's a weight.
I mean, I don't know, based on your height, maybe.
Yeah, I'm a short king, so I think that tracks. No, 6'5", or no,
6'5", 160.
Yeah, that's not good. 5'8", 160. I think that works. That math checks out.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they're gonna be like, you have an iron deficiency.
Oh, that explains everything. That's why I'm constantly freezing.
Could be kept in blood.
Yeah,
like a baby bird.
Baby bird. Well, listen, it's either
defenseless against the elements.
This is either a really good thing or a really bad thing. So there's no in between.
Yeah, I only can assume it's really bad.
We'll see.
Wild.
Hey, only time will tell, right, guys?
And I'm and Jen, what's Jen's take on how hot you like to keep this house?
Hates it. Hates it with a passion.
Because she's a normal human being.
Because well, listen, what's normal, We could argue till the cows come home about what's normal.
Oh man, I'm acting surprised, but I've heard this before. Yeah, it's it's no way to live. It's like I want to save you from yourself.
Because I don't know any better.
Right, yeah.
Well, I'm a child in your eyes.
Yes.
He doesn't know
exactly. I might call CPS.
Danny loves the cold. So he's I don't know how he feels about the heat yet, but I know he loves the cold. Because he's
gonna fucking find out this summer.
Yeah. This is where we separate the men from the boys. During the summer to see if he's a real quino.
That's why you're only 160 pounds. You just sweat it all out.
That's right. Yeah, it's all part of the plan. This is my Ozempic. It's keeping my house at 80 degrees.
This is Dan's eating disorder.
Yep. Hey.
All right.
Whatever works.
I guess. All right. Well, despite I don't know why you guys would either continue listening, knowing these facts about 2 out of 3 of these guests of these hosts here about how they keep their houses. At least this podcast does not ask you to visit them at their homes. But anyway, before we get into this week's movie, of course, we're going to be talking about our Patreon. You go to patreon.com/TicTamPod. That's TCTAM pod. You subscribe for $1 and you get exclusive episodes. We do an episode a month, and it's usually something fun, unless it corrupts and then we throw it away. But that only happened once so far, so knock on wood, won't happen again anytime soon. But besides that exclusive episode once every month, we also have a Discord, and that's where the magic's happening. Over there on their Discord, we're talking about movies, TV, music, We are doing monthly polls that decide our movie of the month. We're also discussing, random conversations throughout the week, questions of the week we put up every Monday to kind of get the conversation going. And we're really encouraging people to watch more movies, watch some older movies. We're talking about Les Samurai, the Jean-Pierre Melville film earlier this week. Talking about Hard Boiled, getting Jonathan to watch Hard Boiled for the first time. That was good.
And RoboCop.
And RoboCop.
Yeah,
Somebody
RoboCop.
watched RoboCop for the first time. That was, so.
But
That's
I
the kind.
watched After Hours.
You watched After Hours for the first time. Yeah, we're really getting people to watch some cinema, as they say.
And it's legit cinema because it's After Hours is a Martin Scorsese film. So
that's right.
I did the meme.
Marty would say it's cinema, so can't go wrong with that one. Once again, that is patreon.com/TicTampod, TCTAMpod, and that's just $1. All right. So this week's movie. This week was my pick, and I picked a humdinger this week. I had only heard very, very little about this film. It was controversial to say the least. I believe it screened at the Toronto Film Festival and then was pulled of all subsequent showings there at that festival for copyright infringement.
Okay, good. An actual reason, not a horrible reason.
Yeah. But that was really the only thing that I had heard of this movie. This movie that we're talking about is 2022's The People's Joker. So The People's Joker from 2022 is directed by Vera Drew, who, among other things, edited 6 episodes of I Think You Should Leave. It stars Vera Drew, Lynn Downey, Kane Disler, Nathan Faustine, David Lieb Hart, Phil Braun, Griffin Kramer, Christian Calloway, Tim Heidecker, Bob Odenkirk, and Scott Aukerman. IMDb score of 6.3, Rotten Tomatoes score 96%. Budget $100,000. Box office $4,000. Plot: writer-director Vera Drew uses the backdrop of Gotham City to exorcise her demons about navigating the world as a trans woman. Copyright laws be damned as Joker the Harlequin takes on Lorne Michaels in the DC Rogues Gallery in a world in which comedy has been outlawed outside of a Saturday Night Live-esque sketch show. Standing in her way of turning the comedy world on its head are an abusive boyfriend and a mother that struggles to accept her child for who she really is. I don't know where you guys are coming from with The People's Joker, so Dan, let's start with you.
Yeah, this subverted my expectations. So right out the gate, I have to acknowledge that, clearly this movie was not meant for people like the three of us, right? Like 3 straight white men. This is a movie about a trans woman exercising her demons and exercising her like a coming of age tale. And I came in cold with this. I had heard about the movie and I had heard about a trans woman playing what I thought this was going to be was just a take on, hey, what if the Joker was played by a trans person and there's the Rogues Gallery and there would be a subsequent story about that. I was not expecting it to be a very deep and emotional story with Gotham as the backdrop, like you said, and like the Rogues Gallery being stand-ins for people that she's met along the way, or like playing off of these characters and how she views them possibly. So it took me back a little bit because I can't put myself in her shoes. None of us can. Yeah. This is a very intimate tale, and I was thinking to myself, I'm writing down my notes. I don't know how to critique this because I don't think I can fairly, because this is her vision of her life. So how can you critique someone's life? So I was thinking, all right, well, what if I, as a fan of Batman, as a fan of D Comics, I'm going to go that route. I'm going to try to come at it from a comic book sort of viewpoint, where clearly she was influenced by Batman, right? She had, there were a lot of references to all the movies, right? She talks about wanting to be Nicole Kidman in Batman Forever. She dedicated the movie to Joel Schumacher. The 1960s Batman theme song plays at one. I think she uses a version of Prince's the New King in Town from the 1989 Batman. So clearly she had some connection to the character or the universe itself. So, and the good thing about the Joker is he could be portrayed as several different things, as just a crazy clown, an anarchist, a genius tactician, all these different things. So it winds up working out for her that she chose to express her life story through this character. So, kudos to her. It was a very adventurous topic or movie, I should say. A very adventurous movie.
Okay. Mark, where are you coming from with the People's Joker?
Yeah, so as probably Dan and even you, Ann, I didn't know much about this movie going in. It was one of those where when we started the movie, I had to make sure this was the correct one, just to be sure, especially when you're on Tubi. But from the beginning with Vera, I felt that she was a very good storyteller. And I think that kind of, even in the weirdness and, topics I know nothing about, I had mentioned to Ant that I at times got certain things in this movie and at other times felt entirely too old for this movie. And because it's not just a thing in my generation that, really we grew up with, being this open about it. But I think the cutaways to her sort of being like a narrator, I think worked really well. I think the worst part in this movie, because it is a coming of age tale, is when she was trying to not be to the kind of level of confident and like a low level of charismatic as she is as a narrator. Because it kind of lands on the cringe part. It's like when somebody who's a good singer tries to do a movie and try to be a terrible singer. Works in theory for the story, but it's not really 100% believable, because at times the quick wit joke telling does come through when it's not really supposed to at that moment in the movie. But one of my favorite things was I did have a couple laugh out louds because some of the jokes were really tight and really good. I really enjoyed the time when they would compare themselves to things and then they would name someone awful at the end and go, oh, except for the unpleasant, and everybody go, of course,
Mhm.
and that was a good running bit that was perfect every time, because they would get to a person who would absolutely describe what they're trying to talk about, but obviously they've done something completely awful. I think Cosby's mentioned at one point, Louis C.K.'s mentioned, and they used the joke there. I think the thing I enjoyed the most about this is when you strip down all the insanity, all the copyright infringement and stuff like that they even try to make a little bit of a joke about at times. The story is really good for the way it does the typical coming of age arc in a movie. Like by the end, you believe that she would have that full confidence to be on that stage, basically telling cartoon Lorne Michaels to go F himself, and I think the thing that was the hardest for us, as Dan has mentioned, is this isn't a story meant for us necessarily. So I couldn't like really truly understand some of the struggle in it, but we can at least figure out the macro, like the big picture idea of not really knowing who you are, and then as you grow up you sort of figure that out, and the idea of finding found family when you go away to college, or in her case going to Gotham, and sort of that helping you become who you are, and that stuff all hit. It's the really hyper focused events that happen between transitioning and having first boyfriend and finally having confrontation with your mother about all this. It's just things we've never really had to go through, but the emotion was still there, and I think they did a really good job with that. I think the use of Batman and the DC universe in general, because there are some people that aren't exclusive Batman stuff. Like there's a lot of mentions of Smallville, and you see a little Superman at one point in there, and I think there were a couple characters that obviously were not DC that I guess were kind of joke characters. Was kind of a good backdrop. It's like the and I hate that I'm going to mention this, but it's kind of like how you can use something like the X-Men to tell a traditional story of in a good versus evil sense, but not all. It's not so black and white. There's a lot of gray. Using the DC universe as explaining this coming of age transition story and sort of using it as a background as a good way to sort of ease people into that idea by using characters they already know and sort of flipping it on its head at some point. And I did really enjoy, and I think without looking it up, I think she probably has a deep history or love for DC, because there are a lot of small in jokes that like the joke about Batman being a groomer because of all the young Robins that he's brought in, and Jason Todd being the Joker that she falls in love with there. And I think the movie overall, for the audience that it's going for, will be really poignant and probably much funnier to them at certain moments than we had. I think I laughed a lot more at the references and sort of the good callbacks to bits and stuff like that. I think I personally, like with some movies like this, I got really enjoyed a joke in the movie that might not be the funniest, but I love the idea of the Penguin character eating the fish whole. I just thought it was a really stupid gag and really funny because it was obviously like green screened and all that stuff. And I like that little stuff I found great. There were, I think where it comes off the rails for me a little bit, but again, it wasn't meant for me or even probably my, my age group, is a lot of times when it went a little wacky with the cartoon stuff and things like that. The transition was a little, jarring a bit until I sort of eased into it. But I think one of the most beautiful ones is when she's talking to Raj Ghul, or however they were trying to get around the copyright. Raish.
That is how you pronounce the name.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
When they go into like the book and it sort of like looks like it's hand drawn, that was one of my favorite transitions to the animation. And I thought they did a really good job of commentating on political stuff, and getting it basically all mostly correct in how people, the right-wing media guy and, some of the, ways social media and stuff reacts to things, and all the different movies and all the different shows being commentaries on things. But I think my favorite joke, and I'll leave it with this, and the thing I probably laughed the hardest at, was the opening joke for Smilex, where it goes, it's something like, "Is your wife too sad for you to go enjoy golf?"
Yeah.
And I laughed real hard at that, and it was a good setup for what Smilex becomes. And I did like the reveal at the end that the reason UCB, which is probably, she might have some history with UCB that she doesn't really like, by using them as sort of the evil thing here, and even makes a joke about improv comedy. Is that at the end, the reason why the audience laughs at everything that goes on in the show is because they are like leaking Smilex into the audience. But yeah, I thought, I had a good time with the movie. At times there was a little whiplash for me trying to sort of get my bearings in a world and a story and, a situation that I have zero clue about. But overall, I think the heart of the movie is very well done. And I think there are a lot of really good jokes. You can tell that if she hasn't, you tell that she's been around a lot of good joke writers, and just absorbed all that, because there's a lot of good timing and good, staying on point with jokes throughout this. And it doesn't just not seem like a rattle of like, it feels like somebody's, as like short, like what's it called, like a quick 7 or whatever for stand-up comedians. But they just
Type 5.
Type 5. Type 5. It didn't feel like that. Like they're just getting the jokes out like this. Everything felt like it flowed and especially Joker Harley Quinn character. A lot of the reactions and moments felt very real, and I'm assuming a lot of she wrote from a very like personal place there because it there was no real overacting when it came to the emotional moments. And yeah, overall I just think it's very well written. There's going to be obviously a whole segment of people that just aren't going to get it, and there's going to be a whole other segment that is angry about it. But you know, if you just drain it, whatever, sort of like just get to the core of it. It is a very well told coming of age and finding out about yourself.
As for me, this is the most personal and heartfelt story we've ever covered on this show. And I appreciated this movie quite a bit.
That's a good way to put it in.
I think a lot like what I've said about Baby Cat and some other movies. This is a wholly unique vision, but it is, like I said, it's such a. There are moments where this feels very autobiographical. The argument with her mother at brunch didn't need, and it's at that moment there's not a backdrop of Gotham in that because she's not dressed as the Joker at that moment. There are these moments like that where it's like stripped of the set dressing that we have throughout the movie of Gotham. It's like stripped away for that one scene where she has a real argument with the woman that's playing her mother, that I thought was really, really raw and really powerful in it. I'm glad I didn't really know much about going into this movie about what it really was about. I just heard, it's about, as Dan mentioned, it's a parody of Batman, but the Joker is played by a trans woman. And I'm glad I didn't know more than that, because it was a surprise. I like the DIY feel of it. I think I was reading on the Wikipedia that the art was crowdsourced.
Oh, interesting.
So that's why there is such a dramatic change in the art that there's just people, like, basically more than 100 artists provided backdrops and character animations for the film. This is I enjoyed this film. I mean, it's sometimes hard to look at because obviously it is so low budget. It's $100,000. So it is very, I don't want to say amateur. I'll go back to what I said, DIY. But yeah, the story is a foreign story to me. I'm never going to 100% understand what it's like to walk around in a body that doesn't feel like your own.
Yeah,
right.
Essentially a prison, which is like, I don't know, it's terrible.
Yeah,
it's got to be an awful feeling. Like you're supposed to say like the safest place to you in the world is your home, right?
Right.
Yeah.
If you don't feel at home in your home, then where you can't feel at home anywhere else. And then this even goes even further. It's like you don't feel yourself in your own body. Where could you feel yourself?
Right.
So I think this whole backdrop of it almost makes this story a little more palatable is not necessarily the right word, but more, I don't know, it's the ice cream
accessible.
Yeah, it's the peanut butter. It's the peanut butter around the pill you give to your dog, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Exactly.
That's a good way to put it.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. It's what you have to dress it up as in order to get the job done.
Sure.
Yeah. And knowing all the different animation things, just to clarify a little, when I said off the rails, it would just jump from one thing to another, and it sort of felt like that, and then I sort of got my bearings back.
Yeah. I mean, it's jarring at times because it does jump from style to style.
And you can see her editing skills, by the way, in a lot of moments. Like there's some times when you can see the DIY, low budget, but just the way the transitions happen between even those shifts in animation and look are very, very well done.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm struggling with this because I realize, again, at the top I said I realize this it wasn't meant. This is to Anthony's point, and I 100% agree with it. And I was thinking it myself, is I don't think we've ever covered such a deeply emotional movie on this podcast. And I'm struggling with it because I can't say that I enjoyed this movie the way that maybe you guys did, and I'm not saying I didn't like it, but I wasn't expecting this type of movie, and as I'm watching it, I kind of felt myself just thinking, I understand where she's coming from because we hear these stories a lot, and us being who we are very sympathetic with that plight, and we know that. I wasn't prepared for this movie. I think if I went back on a second watch, I think I would get more out of it. Uh, and I was again, I started to focus more on because again, she clearly has a connection with DC in some way. Like she's mentioning Mr. Mixoplex at the end, and
Yeah.
asking for wishes. She mentions Carrie Kelly, the Robin from The Dark Knight Returns. So like that's some people don't know that Robin. And
There's some deep cuts here. Yeah.
A lot of
real
deep
deep
cuts, and I got more appreciation out of that. Again, as a comic book fan, and how she used some of the characters to fill in moments in her life, like Dr. Crane, right? The Scarecrow is probably a doctor that she saw as a child with her mother, who trying to convert her or tell her that she's wrong, or like, maybe she shouldn't feel that way. And at the same time, I took away. I did take away some interesting what's the word I'm looking for? I took away some, not facts, but messages from this movie where even it kind of turns out that the mom isn't necessarily the big bad of the film, right? Because I think the mom says at one point that she always knew that she was a little girl trapped, like she was a little girl trapped in a miserable body, and she was trying to protect her from becoming a miserable woman trapped in a body. And like there's a little bit of that redemption there. Not saying that it fully came around, but the mother works on herself and all that, and maybe that's what happened in her life. So I got that kind of message, and then she mentioned to, I want to say it's the Penguin, about the different styles of comedy and how comedy can be important work, right? And then the Penguin saying, "Well, the other night you stood on stage and got hit with dildos." She was like, "Yeah, well, that's still comedy. Some people like that." Yeah, that there are levels of comedy. Just because you may not like that certain style of comedy doesn't make it not comedy, and there are people who probably do enjoy it.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that she has a lot of dating history with comics. I think
can
that comes
imagine.
through. I think that comes through very clearly.
Yeah.
Where isn't it like the third or fourth thing on the list for like a problematic lover or like an abusive person is that they're a comedian? Or maybe it's a little self-reflection, maybe too.
It could be. Yeah. It's very, again, very like introspective, right? Like these are things that she probably learned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, I think the main thing that draws you in is, I think if she doesn't hit that opening narration and feels like you want to listen to this person tell a story, I don't think any of it works.
Sure.
Because the rest of it, you can excuse the rest of the stuff you don't understand, or you have never had to really think about and all that, because you're waiting to be, you're interested in being told this story by this person that can tell stories really well. And I think that goes a long way to, at least for me, getting me into the movie at the beginning. And I think that was what hurt me a little bit in terms of liking the character from the beginning, before the transition, is because I enjoyed watching this confident storyteller do the narration. And it might be the one thing on acting skill side from Vera, is that the old trying to not be that person was at least felt a little difficult at times. And didn't do anything to hurt the movie or anything, obviously, but I just really felt like that the accessibility part, from the way the story is told, allows people that have no history in a specific thing of transitioning and going through the world, not living in the body you think you should be living in, or any of that stuff, but can tell the story enough and give you the idea that maybe you can make a connection from your own life, like the idea of abusive relationship, maybe a disappointing, maybe a mother that it's all about their feelings and not yours. There's probably a ton of people that aren't trans that have had those things occur, and they can get into this story by seeing themselves a little bit in that. And I think that is where this movie was a good time for me to watch, because, you know, I was drawn into the heart of the movie by the way it was being told to me. And, you know, I could look past some of the strange stuff and a lot of the gags that really I didn't get them. And, you know, but I was there for the story. I wanted to see, you know, how that person ended up being the person we saw in the beginning narrate. And one other thing I wanted to mention, I forgot to say on my part, I did enjoy, from a writing standpoint, the bleeping out of the dead name.
Oh, yes.
That was really, really well done.
It took me a second to realize what was happening there. Like, why are they bleeping out the curse words?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's the dead name.
Yeah. And the reason why it works really, really well, outside of being funny at times, you know, because it does sound like they're bleeping out curse words, is that when it comes full circle and Jason yells it at her in that argument before the gaslighting, which that was pretty cool idea of gaslighting, of actually holding up like a scarecrow mind thing to gaslight someone. But I think that does not work if the beeping of the dead name doesn't occur previously. And I like how it's not revealed in some grandiose way of, you know, oh, and my dead name was, or my other name, or however she wants to describe it. It was in the middle of a abusive argument that it pops out, and just showing you how much more abusive Jason was in this. And yeah, I think that's really well done. And then on top of that, they layer on top all the really good jokes, like I said, about our society. The Riddler app, the way they spelled Riddler, you know, and it's just the writing is very now. I don't know how much it'll age well, you know, in terms of there's a lot of topical references in there. But I think if she hasn't already started to get some writing comedy stuff, I think this movie should be a gateway to that. I feel like she could write a pretty good segment on I Think You Should, with the way it's some of the quick witting of the writing. And yeah, I think it's a prime example of how a good writer telling a personal story can bring anyone in, whether or not the experience is meant for.
We never talk about Suicide Cop.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And that's at the beginning.
Oh,
there's
and
there's a couple of things.
Okay. I remember the one scene where what is it? Like the cop discovers, oh, he's a she. Blows his brains out. Like, whoa, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, and then the callback, the really good callback later, and I do love a good callback, is when she's on stage telling the joke and goes, "I just wish Batman would take a guest starring on Suicide Cop. Am I right? Just like stand behind, you know, like." Yeah. And just it's a pretty good callback to that. And also the acronym for their anti-comedy being ACAB was pretty good. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but the quick flash of a poster, I think it was during the animated sex scene where it says ACAB for cutie on the wall. That was pretty good. And then speaking of things, I like when she's talking about, you know, people that may have been canceled and, you know, in like the punk pop community, and mentions Say Anything and that lead singer, and that person has not been accused of any of that. And it just pops up on the side. No, we didn't. As far as we know, it's you know.
My favorite part was Robert Wool talking about how, like, I can't talk about anything legally here, so like this isn't what it's supposed to like a cameo is supposed to be. It was just like a real quick thing.
Yeah, and then at the end, it's the rest of the cameo, which is pretty good, congratulating her on making this movie.
Yeah. I saw Chris D'Elia's name pop up in one scene. I guess it was talking about people who have been accused of sexual abuse.
Yeah. I mean, well, David Spade was on UCB twice.
Yeah, Kate Hyde, or not Kate, Heidecker portrayed David Spade. Like, yeah, that fits.
David Spade. Somebody else. David Spade.
Yeah, somebody else's it was Colin Jost and Michael Che, but they were named something different. Yeah.
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 Oh, he was Garing Right?
Oh, yeah, Gehring. Yeah. Like, what's happening here?
Yeah, I
mean,
feel I didn't do much for each show, so people out there who might know more about Vera.
in terms of
may
her
know, but-
relationship with Saturday Night Live.
or just New York comedy.
I
Yeah.
had that written down. Like, I feel like she has something against Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And UCB, and it just feels like
Yeah.
New York comedy was
Yeah.
essentially taking a lot of strays in this.
Oh,
Yeah.
In
And-
general.
And Batman, which I don't know. So I don't know if she doesn't like the character or she was just using him as a stand-in for like policing comedy.
Could be.
I don't know, because and for some reason, and maybe this is a piece of Batman lore I don't know about, but she kept portraying him as having a mustache. Oh, like a Snidely Whiplash kind of mustache.
Right. Yeah.
Like it. I guess she's portraying him as the villain here, but I didn't fully understand why.
Right.
Yeah. And I love that speech at the end where she goes that, nobody is a hero or a villain like all the time. It just depends on how we feel in that moment or something. I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but sort of, I think that was part of the idea of, the villains, sort of doing the good thing at the end, when Batman was trying to stop her from going on UCB, and then Batman being a villain-like character, in it. But the weirdest thing, there's so many weird things, but the part that had me go, whoa, what, is when Lorne Michaels runs out of the studio and then all of a sudden gets naked and then falls and gets eaten by the plant.
I was just gonna bring that up. I think that's one of the funniest moments.
Yeah.
Is him running out of the studio, somehow becoming completely butt-ass naked, and then
Slipping
getting
on a
eaten
banana
by,
peel.
Yeah,
slipping on a
getting
banana
eaten
peel.
by poison ivy.
Oh man.
I think
Yeah,
she's got something against Lorne Michaels.
Yeah, a little bit. Like I said, it might be mostly that, but it seems like just because the UCB stuff just made me think that Vera has some history in that scene.
Yeah.
Up
I
there.
don't think it's an accident that it was called UCB.
Yeah.
UCB Live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. It's or could have just been using the UCB. Or it could be a opposite funny joke, like really in with UCB and using it sort of as a thing, but maybe not. But I did. Oh, my other favorite joke I just remembered was when she first goes to UCB and she gets the scan, and then one of them is penis size, and it goes 5 inches, perfect for us. And
Yeah.
it was like anything, basically that size makes you want to crave attention or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's, and then the cut back to her after the machine says that goes, oh yeah, that's kind of true.
Yeah.
I think the only character I didn't get before we finish and go to our final thoughts is the race character. I kind of got it was supposed to be like the janitor in a coming of age movie, sort of thing, like helping her get there. But it was the one character that just didn't work a little bit for me. I could be wrong, obviously, but
if it didn't work for you, it didn't work for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't
Yeah.
be wrong about your opinion.
yeah, I'm just like, it just didn't. Every other character I could see like where they were going and the type of the joke she was trying, not joke, but the sort of the meaning behind it she was trying to make. And that was the only one that felt like it was like a stereotype sort of choice rather than something that came from a personal. Maybe it was a teacher that she had, that was like that. That did, but even the jokes they told like felt like his jokes were the ones that just didn't hit unless I was missing something and that was the point of his character. But yeah, that's really, like I said, and another movie that I enjoyed, I just didn't, it just didn't land with me.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the final thoughts, Dan.
This movie was I want to be, it's tricky for me. Because I feel as if I say, hey, I didn't love it. It's almost like I'm not like, hey, like, why didn't you love it? Why, like, is there a reason? Is there some kind of evil way that you don't like this movie or whatever? And it's not the case at all. I think a lot of it was jarring with the DIY, and again, I wasn't expecting it to be what it was.
Yeah,
and
it's an abrasive looking movie.
It is. It really is. And it took me out of it. I think to Mark's credit, I think she is a good storyteller because I was interested in what she had to say. I wasn't fully on board with how the story was being told fully at times. Like there's a lot of it felt as if there was a lot of detours. But again, this is such a personal story. Like I can't critique that. I can't critique someone's life without coming across like an asshole. So I again, I think she chose the perfect character to portray her side of the story because I think at one point she mentions that like this is chaos and he is the epitome of chaos, the Joker. And that anyone could feel that way. Anyone could embody that character. And I give her a lot of credit for having the courage to take this character, a well-known character, and use that as her vessel to tell her life story. Because again, as I was saying earlier, people hate when you take a well-known IP or a well-loved character or well-known character and you throw an LGBTQ, quote unquote agenda in there. People hate that, and that's a huge risk she takes. Just being herself is a risk in this day and age. So I give her a ton of credit, and not that she needs our approval, obviously, but I just wanted to throw out that it's incredibly brave and amazing that she felt to do this. I can't say that I love this movie, but at the same time, I don't think she would be like, oh, I'm sorry that you didn't love this. I do think it's an important movie though, because I can't think of another movie that I've seen in recent memory that has highlighted the struggles of a person from their early childhood to their adult life of transitioning. She talks about it, like being a little kid and going to her mother and talking about, oh, am I a little girl? And the mom freaking out about it like that. It's very she's laying her soul bare for us. So again, I can't critique that, but her love of the DC comics and comedy in itself, it shines through, and I think it works despite me not being, like you said, and it's an abrasive movie in terms of its look. The message shines through, so it's an important message.
Okay, Mark, final thoughts.
Yeah. So I did have a good time with this movie. I feel for myself, I feel like I get sucked into movies that, as I'd mentioned, has a really good storytelling in it. In terms of the writing's on point, I can follow along with it. I get the message they're going for. I feel the emotion of the heart, like the arguments with the mom and the argument in the car with Jason and all that. You sort of feel like what she's trying to come across, and I would recommend it for anyone that is used to seeing a little bit experimental is probably the wrong word, but sort of like something that's not in the norm, but it's still very much in line with those stories we've seen done a million times in a traditional way and just told through a different light to get to a different audience and a different a generation. I think she does a fantastic job at that. And being a DIY, project, I think it's great that his experience she has editing, because the worst part is we found out in things like Baby Cat and other movies that we watched that sometimes when the editing's not great, it kind of can throw you out of the movie for a little bit. And I don't think I ever got thrown out of the movie. It was just the times when the look would change. I would just need to reorient myself to get back into the story. I think the usage of the characters were great. And sort of just a lot of the real deep cuts of DC just shows the fandom and being able to take something you love and being able to teach people something with it. I think, and my final thing is, I think the thing that hit me like a little bit hardest with it is the idea of I didn't go like as far away as her when she goes to Gotham, 2,000 miles they say or whatever, but going away to college like 3 to 4 hours away, when she talks about calling the suicide line to just hear the weather in Smallville to get grounded. Like I felt that because like getting any news from like my neighborhood or, you know, in Philadelphia in general, you know, would stop me from like going full bore homesickness there. And I know that was probably a little more serious than what I was at. Like that could have been close to, you know, actually having those thoughts. But just the idea of needing to be grounded sometimes when you're away from home on your own. I very much felt that. And I think there are probably a million other things in this movie that does that to someone else. And I just, you know, want to applaud that. It was, you know, a well done in terms of writing and storytelling. I said it a million times, but I can't praise it enough.
Okay. As for me, yeah, I was impressed with this movie. Based on what my knowledge of this was going in, I didn't know much about it, but I was pleasantly surprised. I think the story that it's trying to tell really shines through above the kind of the story of the making of, and you know, this pulled from Toronto Film Festival. And it shines through this very personal, very heartfelt story about what it's like to be a trans person and coming to grips with how the world views you, how your parents view you, and how you make it through, how you view you, really, and how you make it through this world. I think, like I said, it's an abrasive looking movie. It is an acquired taste, I will say. But if you look past it, if it's not your cup of tea in terms of how it looks, I really do think there is a very emotional story that is unique enough in, I guess, movie making, because how many times do you see a story about a trans person and what it's like being a trans person? I think it's still pretty unique subject matter. Yeah, I think if you're into postmodernism, avant-garde art, I think this one has that in spades and is really well done. Like like I said, it's not the prettiest looking movie in the world. I feel like if I say it's really well done, people are going to expect something like that, but it is do it yourself through and through. But it's funny at times. It's a shocking amount of knowledge of the DC universe, as we've talked about. And yeah, I enjoyed this film, so I suggest it. But all right, well, that is The People's Joker. We are going to take a quick break, but before we do, Dan, what do you got for us?
All right, guys, go check out a good friend of the podcast, the Game Vault podcast, run by our very own Mark Myers and friend of the podcast, Tom Schuster. They talk about video game news, games that they're playing, games that they think you guys should be playing in case you haven't heard of them. So they got you covered. It helps out new gamers, avid gamers. They have a lot of great advice there, a lot of fun topics that they come up with on the podcast. You can find out on any platform of your choosing, so wherever you get your podcasts from, they're there. Please make sure to rate and review them. It helps them out a great deal. You can also follow them on all socials at Game Vault Pod, and you can follow them over on Twitch at Game Vault Pod, where they're streaming a variety of games, from older games to newer games. It's a lot of fun. It's a great community. And again, give them a follow. It helps them out a great deal.
Okay, great. We're going to take a quick break, and you guys are going to listen to messages from friends of the podcast. So we'll be right back. And welcome back. Now it's time for our third segment. And this segment is a share the screen situation.
Ooh.
These guys don't know what we're doing yet, but I'm going to share my screen in just a second, and we're going to play a game. It's going to be the first time we've ever played something like this, so we'll see how it goes. And if it goes terribly, we will never do this again.
Let us never speak of it again.
Yes. So it is a play on what we sometimes do, but I'm going to share my screen. It's a tier list of sorts. What we are going to do is I have painstakingly taken most of these wrestlers you see here. Oh, it is wrestling themed because this weekend is WrestleMania, and this This list has 278 wrestlers on this. I have whittled that down to 177. So what I have here is a blank match card. And you guys are going to build out this match card for our own personal WrestleMania. Basically, what's going to happen is we're going to spin the wheel, we're going to get a wrestler, and we're going to place them into one of these matches.
Good. That's more fun. Okay.
So, to let people know what these matches are, we have our curtain puller match. We have a fatal 4-way ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship. We have a 2v2 tag team titles. We have a standard women's mid-card title match. We then have a 1v1 go to the bathroom match. So if you guys pull a couple of real jobbers, maybe you want to put them there. We have a triple threat mid-card title. We have an Extreme Rules match, women's world title. There are some women on here. Maybe we'll wind up pulling 2. And then we have the main event world title match. So,
well, we technically have to pull 4 or more because you have a women's mid-card title as well.
That's true. Yeah. If we start running out of space for the men, then we'll adjust accordingly.
We'll bump the women's mid-card title. How very Vince McMahon of you.
Well, most of the women could go into any of these titles outside of the main event world title match. I'd imagine, that's true. Right?
Yeah. You know what? If we wind up needing intergender matches too, so be it.
Yeah. Why not?
This list of wrestlers seems to not be of this current generation. So some wrestlers have not made the cut. Yeah. There's some currents, but not all currents.
Yeah. This is for Dan.
I think this is this feels like it's around. It ends around 2019-ish.
Yeah.
So we'll see. So you guys understand the rules? Understand how we're going to play this?
Yeah. Yes. Before we spin the wheel, is Redacted on there?
Redacted is not on here.
Okay.
Either of the Redacteds, I suppose.
Yeah, true.
Who are the Redacted?
The vacated. They're vacated.
I don't know who those are.
Chris Benoit and Vince McMahon.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So, and I think we could do. You want to do collaborate, or you want to have a pick for your own and then go? Like where to go? Okay, Dan, your pick is Papa Shango. Where you putting Papa Shango?
Hear me out. I think the best way to do this is first time around when we're popping. I think the collab should be making the matchup, if you know what I'm saying, rather than like first time through we can pop in, but if we're gonna like make a matchup, then that can be talk them out of it or
okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's try it. We'll start with Mark. Mark, you're gonna lead us off here. So your first pick, as you can see here, 177 names. Let's find the first one. Who is going to be our first wrestler that we're placing? Our first one is Kevin Nash.
Big Daddy
Good
cool.
one. Big Daddy Cool.
We're Big Daddy Cool.
He could go anywhere except for the women's world title match.
Yeah, he could literally go in any of these matches.
Once again, it's main event world title match, women's world title, Extreme Rules match, triple threat, go to the bathroom match, women's mid card, 2v2 tag team titles, fatal 4-way ladder match. Maybe you don't want him in a ladder match.
No, that's the only one that I'm excluding. Well, outside of he's not in the main event.
No, I wouldn't put him in the main title.
It's too early for main event, right? First one off the board.
I think he was easily one of the worst title holders.
Yeah. I don't want to be unfair with first off the board, so I won't drop him in the funny one. Let's put him in the tag title.
Okay.
And hope maybe we pull someone to match.
Cool. All right. I like that spot. All right, Dan. Spinning for you.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm nervous. I'm a little nervous right now. A lot of pressure.
We have Rusev.
I don't even know who that is.
It's Rusev Day. Happy
great.
Rusev Day, Ant.
It's a very large Bulgarian man.
Okay. Very
It was
large.
Russian for some reason.
Okay.
I believe he's Bulgarian. The
No, he is
Bulgarian
Bulgarian.
brute. The Bulgarian brute.
Yeah.
Looks like
That's-
this.
That's Ryback.
Oh, then this is Ryback then.
Okay. All right. So that's the guy.
There was some knowledge I had to go with because they don't have names here. I thought this was Rusev, and it's in alphabetical order, so I took the guess that the last R person was Rusev.
Gotcha.
So it's Ryback.
Okay, right. That makes zero difference to me. So
just to give you any history on, I can want to say Ryback because it's the photo I'm looking at.
Well, we're doing Ryback now, so it's now Ryback.
Yeah.
Okay. There's only one spot for it. I'll let Dan just.
Oh, great. There's only one spot of a guy that I have zero clue about. I don't know him. I'm gonna go.
That's a personal opinion.
I don't know. I'm gonna put him in the bathroom match. I don't.
Yes, that's the one spot to put Ryback.
Okay. I never heard of that guy before.
Okay. Yep.
Perfect. I'm glad I nailed that one.
All right. Well, yeah.
I was going to say if we were keeping it Rusev, I'm like, give some history for Dan. I was like, Rusev has fought John Cena at WrestleMania, and of course John Cena beat him. So
yeah,
that golden shovel made an appearance.
All right. So Mark,
it's you, right?
I was just gonna have you guys.
Okay.
I could do it too. There's no reason why I can't.
Oh, that was almost going to be great.
Ooh, Carmella. We got a woman. There we go.
Yeah, I like Mella.
Mella. Let me think. Let me look. I'm gonna go. I think she's a mid-carder. Yeah, I'm gonna put her in the women's mid-card match.
Yeah, with all the other women I've seen there, she is definitely mid-card.
Yeah, I didn't have the people I didn't know. I just didn't write them down. I skipped them. So
okay, yeah, I see 4 women already that would be above her, in my opinion, in a women's title match.
All right,
now me.
Now it's Mark.
This is like the talking about some dudes, but for wrestling.
Yes. Ooh, Booker T.
Hey, I know Booker.
I feel like we could make a good tag match with 2 more people with Nash and Booker T.
Say same team or different teams?
Different teams.
Different teams. Okay. Keeping that in mind for later.
Yeah.
All right. Shaping up. This card is shaping up.
Yeah, because Booker was never an NWO guy, so I can't see them together.
X-Pac.
That was all right. A little background. He was one of my favorite wrestlers growing up.
Perfect. I was afraid you were going to keep getting guys that you had no idea who they were.
So much so that my AOL screen name was Deepak. But he's a very limited wrestler. He's good for making the others look good. You know what I mean? Because he was lightweight. I think he would be fun. I'm leaning either Extreme Rules or Triple Threat.
Pretty good. You also have the Fatal 4-Way ladder match.
Fatal 4-Way. He could be fun. He could do some fun stuff on the ladder. Yeah, let's fill out the ladder because we got 4 people to fill out there. So let's go there.
I like it.
X-Pac going to the ladder match.
The Bronco Buster.
Nice.
I was also afraid that I would get people I had no clue about.
That's why I cheered when it clicked over to X-Pac. Yeah.
The 1, 2, 3 kid.
Either one. We know where this one's going.
Unfortunately.
So, Hulk Hogan is my pick. And
I'm glad it's yours.
You can't have a WrestleMania without Hulk Hogan main eventing.
Yeah, he's got a for the camera. Yep.
Hogan's got a pose. There was 180 some odd wrestlers on this list. Very good chance he wasn't going to get picked, but he did. Main event world title match is Hulk Hogan.
So
bums me out a little bit.
Yeah. What are you going to do? I thought it was going to be Brock Lesnar.
He was going also would have went in the same spot.
Exactly. And I was like, it doesn't matter who it's going to land on. I know where I'm going. All right. Mark.
I want to get a random.
We got
Kurt Angle.
That's a good one.
He could go just about anywhere too.
Yeah.
I'm not putting him in main event because I think we should hold off on that for a little bit. Give it a little drama. Who's fighting Hogan? Unless we're turning that into a threat. I don't know. I feel like he doesn't match with. Is that a ladder match guy? I think he can hold down a mid-card title triple threat.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have anything there yet.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like it.
All right.
Yeah. You could have immediately put him with Hogan, but I'm like, we need to keep that open for a little bit of drama.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a dream match.
Angle, he's a workhorse too. Kurt would carry that match.
Dan,
Oh God.
Who did it land on?
Berserker.
Oh,
those-
he's the guy who his finishing move is throwing people over the top rope, right? Right? He comes in. He does like the Haas. Am I thinking of someone else, or is that Barbarian? Oh yeah,
There's the
Berserker. Oh my god, what a
Okay.
jobber!
I was hoping you didn't pick somebody that wasn't the Berserker.
No, I was pretty sure.
Yeah,
I was pretty sure, but I didn't look it up. But based on Becky Lynch being right next to him, I assumed that was Berserker.
So this guy's gimmick is he's like a Viking, and his finishing move prevents him from ever winning a title because his finishing move is just to throw you out of the top, over the top ring or the top rope, and you get counted out. So he's a jobber. So he would go in a jobber match, right? He would have to go on, but I can't have him go up against this freak. Or not Rusev. What's the guy's name? Ryback. That's not fair.
You know, where's the one place where countouts don't matter, Dan?
Was it the ladder match?
Well, two places where countouts don't matter.
Technically 3. Triple threat.
Triple threat, yeah.
The Extreme Rules match.
That was what I was saying that.
I can't put him up against Kurt Angle because that's an affront to Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
So we'll put him in the Extreme Rules match.
Okay.
I wanted to put him in the go to the bathroom match, but that's who would watch that fight?
That's why I go to the bathroom.
Right.
But Dan, just think of this. Imagine him doing his finishing move, but when the person goes out of the ring, they go through a ladder.
No, true. That's a good point. Or a table.
Or table. Yeah. Or multiple tables.
Or multiple tables.
Right.
Or there's thumbtacks on the ground or something.
Yeah.
Who I'm picking.
Wait, go.
Ooh, either one.
No.
It's Eugene.
He's the nerd, right? The nerdy guy?
Sure, he's a nerd.
We'll call him a nerd and not a problematic character that Vince McMahon loved to laugh at.
Yeah. Oh, is he Jewish? Was a Jewish guy?
No, he's mentally capped.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, where am I going with this?
Main event, obviously.
I say we put just because so we can get a couple more spins out of this. I say we put at least 3 or 4 people.
I could do that. Yeah, we could do that. I was gonna say tag team him with Kevin Nash.
Oh my god.
Oh no, that is perfect, Ant. Because his whole gimmick is he is such a big wrestling fan.
Yeah.
So he'd be with Diesel, even though they would call him Kevin Nash. He would just keep calling him Diesel.
Oh, is this Vince's way of making fun of the fans?
I don't know.
Like
I think Vince just loved to laugh at mentally handicapped people.
Yeah, the less we talk about Eugene, the better.
Yeah. But he's perfect in that match with Nash. Yes.
You put him on there.
He could even be with Booker T. They both make sense.
It's just he's just there because I knew who he was.
Oh, one more. Yeah, stay there.
Ronda Rousey.
I would have called game on the main event if it would have been the one below.
Oh, that would have been a good one. Stone Cold.
Stone Cold.
Yeah, you gotta go. Yeah.
Yeah. I would have jokingly do an intergender match, but we're gonna.
Well, that was her debut. Was an intergender.
I was gonna say
right?
put her in the bathroom break match. I guess put her with Carmella.
Go mid card title.
Yeah, I don't like her enough to throw her in the other one.
All right. You know, that could be a triple threat too if we want it.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, we'll see what the wheel makes up.
Yeah. All right, Dan.
Come on, somebody I know.
Umaga.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
That's Solo Sikoa's dad, right? Or uncle or whatever. He does the spike.
It's this guy.
Oh, okay.
Samoan.
Okay. Let's put him in the ladder match.
Yeah, he's part of the Roman Reigns. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like he could. Samoans are all surprisingly athletic.
Yes, I feel like
size.
he could take some really impressive bumps. I think.
Velvet's shaping up.
Yeah, and it goes well with X-Pac, who's just a tiny man.
And also with Umaga, his finishing move would be perfect at the top of a ladder.
Oh, does he do the splash?
No, he does a spike. He like grabs and then sticks his thumb in your throat.
Oh, Jesus.
So he could do that to someone on the top of the ladder and knock them off the ladder.
Hey, there you go. Look at that. Good booking.
I feel like I'm the booker under Vince, where Vince makes the match. I'm like, okay, we can make this work.
For me, it's Brie Bella.
Interesting. I know her.
You know what? I'm gonna say what I said before. We're gonna turn the mid card title into a triple threat. Yeah, so we got women's mid-card title, Carmella, Ronda Rousey, and Brie Bella. All right, Mark.
Somehow the internet marks would be rooting for Carmella in that match.
China.
She's going in the men's mid card title.
The eighth wonder.
She was
of
an
the world.
Intercontinental Champion.
That's true.
Yeah, for the hell of it, let's do that. She's going to be with Kurt Angle in the men's mid card match.
All right, I'm okay with that.
She's a legitimate
Yeah, she can wrestle.
title holder that was not a women's title.
Yeah,
I'm down.
she broke new ground.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, Dan.
I think there were only 2 people that would have shown up on that list. I would have thrown in intergender. I don't know if you have Chelsea Green on there or not.
Trips.
The game. Oh, he could go anywhere, man.
Yes, you can.
He can really go almost anywhere. I think he's too good for the Fatal 4 ladder match. But I also want to hold out hope for someone maybe a little better for the main title. But he's a main title caliber wrestler.
Yeah.
How many times did he have the title? 5 times?
No more.
More than that?
He's probably close to double, if not over double.
Scroll up a little bit, Ant.
Yep.
And he could go in Extreme Rules. He could go Triple Threat. He's not.
Ooh, is he going up against? Is he going up against China?
His girlfriend.
I was thinking maybe there could be that they have the that's a good storyline. This is tough. All right, let me kick it to you guys because
I would say the obvious is the main event, but
put him up there and make that a triple threat if we get somebody better.
That was my question, because again, this guy's a legit world champion.
I'm not the biggest Triple H fan.
No,
I like Triple H. Not now. He's as a
so
wrestler.
We put him in main event, and then
if we pull someone good, we'll make it a triple threat. If not, we're done.
Triple threat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's like maybe a half dozen guys we could pull that would turn that into a main event.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have felt comfortable putting him up against Berserker.
Ooh, that might be one of the 6. That's one of the 6. Mark?
Yeah, he's a
Randy Orton,
time champion. Randy Orton,
I think, makes that a triple threat match. The Viper.
I'm going to say funny because I say that a lot. The funny part is this might be the most boring main event.
I think because of Hulk Hogan.
Well, yeah, because the other 2 aren't flashy wrestlers either.
Right.
I think it'll have a great ending. Which obviously Dan would Randy Orton RKOing Triple H, then getting thrown out of the ring by Hogan, who drops the leg on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I was kind of hoping that Hulk Hogan setting up for the leg drop on Randy Orton, and then he pops up RKO out of nowhere,
and then Triple H pedigrees are. I think what we're saying is that if Hogan and Triple H are in this match, Randy's not winning.
Randy's eating the pin.
Yeah. Randy's eating the pin.
Doesn't work for me, brother.
All right. Well, let's see if someone pulls Stone Cold, and we got to make that.
It's a fatal 4-way.
Fatal 4-way.
If Stone Cold or The Rock gets pulled, it's fatal 4-way.
Yeah,
they're the only 2 left on the board.
Right.
All right, Mark. Let's see who you're picking.
Like I said, I want to get somebody really out.
Jimmy Uso. I don't think there's a J on here, though, actually. Interestingly enough.
You know what? Let's put him in the ladder match.
I think that's a good spot.
I'm just surprised that there isn't a J on this one. Ladder match is a good spot for him.
Ooh, another go up against a cousin, I believe, in Umaga.
I don't remember what the relationship is.
He had
too many Samoans.
Yeah. There's some, obviously, they're over from the same family tree.
Because Rikishi is their dad, right?
Dad, yeah. And Solo as well.
Dan, you get the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase.
Is he a convicted felon?
No, his son is.
Oh, the son is. Okay. Let's put the $1 Million Man. You know what I'm tempted to do with him? I'm tempted to put him in a match as like a what do they call him? A hand
manager?
Yeah, manager.
I'll allow it.
Okay, let's put him
with the Berserker.
I'm trying. Who would be in the $1 Million team? Maybe he would be a manager for one of the women's mid carders.
Money Mella.
Yeah. Does that work for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Put him as the manager. We're bending the rules a little bit.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
They both have $signs on their kit.
Yeah, there you go.
On their gear.
We still have a couple categories that we haven't filled out yet.
We'll get there.
Oh yeah.
Stop there.
The Giant
Oh,
Gonzalez.
There's
There goes our
only
piss
one
break match.
spot. Yeah, there's only one spot you put a Giant Gonzalez in.
Making it a four-way? Fatal four-way for the main event? Is that what you're saying?
That was-
He pulls out the chloroform rag.
He's what, victim 1 or 2 of the streak?
WrestleMania 9.
Yeah,
Go to the
the
bathroom
best
match.
WrestleMania, right?
It's the first one I ever watched. I thought it was great.
I think
So
that
we
might have been my
have-
first as well. Yeah.
We have our 1v1 go to the bathroom match is Ryback versus Giant Gonzalez.
You better go to that bathroom quick because
Yeah,
you're not going to have that match last long.
That's a 5-minute match right there. Luger.
Lex Luger.
I think you got to put him with Angle in the mid card title.
You could put him in the tag team.
Yeah,
I think he gets outworked by Angle. That's the only. I
someone's
don't
got to
think
eat. Someone's got to eat the pin for China, who would
That's
obviously win that match.
that's true. That's true.
And
His bionic elbow or forearm, right? The bionic forearm.
Is that where we're putting him? Triple threat
Yep.
mid card time?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
that's where I was actually hoping it would be Woods because I would have dropped him in either the ladder or the tag.
All right.
All right, Dan.
Here we go. Come on, give me someone good.
Oh God.
Boogeyman.
I don't know who that is. He sounds like an Extreme Rules guy.
Here he is.
Yeah, I don't know him, but we got to start filling out some categories.
Yeah.
So put him in the Extreme Rules
Yeah,
match.
Yep.
He sort of, I guess, kind of vomits worms. Would that be a way to
Yeah.
describe it?
I feel like that's pretty
Yeah.
extreme.
I'm down.
Yeah, my friend told me the rumor backstage was that he's one of those guys that wouldn't shower, before going out for the match.
Cool. That's so
Yeah.
awesome. Hey,
Badass Billy Gunn.
I'm an ass man.
Well, here's the thing to present to you. If we drop him in a tag match, he can tag with Nash because he's part of the sort of part of the clique.
Sure.
And Eugene can be with Booker T, which would also match. Or we can have it be Nash and Booker, and then Eugene just loves to do DX.
Either way,
Or-
that works.
I'll put him with Diesel.
Yeah.
That makes
He's already
more
doing the
sense.
Spinaroonie thing, Eugene in that photo.
Yeah.
Sure. All right.
Whose turn is it now, Mark?
It's mine.
Mark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though I kind of placed that person for him. You know where he's
Nick
going.
Foley.
Yeah, that only one spot.
Yep.
Main event, right?
You could. He's main evented before.
Mrs. Foley's baby boy. Yeah, he's in extreme.
Yeah.
Strange. I like it.
Yeah, we gotta start pulling some women just so we can get that.
Yeah, I know.
women's
Just to
world
get
title.
that filled out.
Yeah, we should make a
It
deal.
was-
The next 2 women pulled are going in the women's world
Yeah.
title.
Yeah,
match.
They
Whoever
just-
they are.
regardless.
They keep just missing. Oh, here we go. Maurice.
There, yeah. Slide her in.
Fine.
I don't know who she is, but she's a main eventer.
She's the Miz's wife.
And
But
who is
also
she?
her, the Miz.
Oh yes, I know of him.
That's his wife.
Very cool.
But she's also a
She's
actual
really
wrestler
good?
in her own right. Yeah,
Cool.
she's part of that
That's-
Divas era, so good is relative.
Okay,
But
right. For that
yeah.
time period.
yeah, she's one of the
She
better
was-
ones for that time period.
Cool.
Mhm.
I like it.
I think we got a little big in our britches by not putting China in the women's main event.
Yeah.
Thinking we'd pull a lot of women.
Yeah.
Here's Dan.
Tonka. This is my pick.
Tonka.
What we got? I guess he's
No.
going fatal 4-way.
Yeah, not a lot of
Yeah.
room for Tatanka.
Yeah, gotta.
Yeah.
I think it's older Tatanka. If I
It
saw
is
him.
older to Tonka.
He's,
Yeah.
he's next to
There he
Keep
is.
going right there. Yeah. God, I hope we pull.
I didn't put the managers on here.
He's in. I saw him as the photo.
No, I know he. So I didn't pull these images in. I
Okay.
put the number. I put all these names into the spinner wheel,
Okay.
but I left out the managers because we had enough.
Yeah. Let me pay you.
Hey,
Yep. She's going to go fight Maurice. And
I have to learn my my alphabet. Rick, that's too far. Peas, where's the peas?
she's next to Papa Shango.
Papa Shango, right there.
Just to the left. Yeah. Yeah, so
Dragon.
an actual legitimate main eventer fighting for the main event title.
That's good.
She would be
So-
the champion going in this match.
Is that it?
It looks like it.
Want to go through 2 more since this was mine?
Sure.
Just to
That was
finish the round?
yours. Yeah, well, we'll fill it out. Finish it off.
So now this is me.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, is that Jeff Jarrett?
Mm,
My
Double
boy.
J.
I like
Jeff
Jeff Jarrett
Jarrett.
a lot. I think he's pretty good. He was underutilized.
JAFFJAEET.
That's my guy. He's a main eventer. No, I would put him. Yeah, Let's put him in the Extreme Rules.
He's got a guitar.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He could smash someone in the face with the guitar, and then he can strut. So here he smashes Boogeyman over the head with the guitar, knocking him out. He struts. He does his little strut right into the mandible claw.
I like it.
All right, final one.
We got Tori Wilson.
That women's
mid card is becoming a fatal 4-way.
A 5-way
with Ted DiBiase.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's the manager. So yeah, 4-way.
It's all.
I think now we know who's eating the pin in that match.
Ted DiBiase.
Yeah. Ted DiBiase.
All right.
Ronda Rousey gets him in one of the MMA holds she does.
All right. Well, here is our WrestleMania. We have a fatal 4-way ladder match for the World Heavyweight Championship with X-Pac, Umaga, Jimmy Uso, and Tatanka. We got 2v2 for the tag team titles with Diesel and Badass Billy Gunn versus Booker T and Eugene. We got the women's mid-card title, which is now a fatal 4-way, which is Carmella with $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, Ronda Rousey, Brie Bella, and Tori Wilson. We got a 1v1 go to the bathroom match with Ryback and Giant Gonzalez. We got a triple threat mid-card title, IC title, let's say, for Kurt Angle, Chyna, and Lex Luger. We have an Extremes Rules match with Berserker, the Boogeyman, Mick Foley, and Jeff Jarrett. Women's world title between Maurice and Paige. Keep wanting to call her Saraya. Yeah. And then we have the main event world title match, triple threat, Hulk Hogan, Triple H, and Randy Orton.
Yep. So the only thing to decide, not that we will decide, but in that world title match is who pins Randy Orton.
Yeah. Looking forward to that Extreme Rules match. I think that's going to be absolute chaos.
Me sitting here as, watching wrestling for a long time and doing some fantasy booking. I would just love what the story would be for the 4 of those guys to be in a match together.
Berserker throws that thing through a loop.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. I could see Boogeyman like stalking Jeff Jarrett as the way of how them two are in the match.
Yeah. Look like just Jeff Jarrett just accidentally showed up somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, or it was a triple threat and then he came out singing that song that he made up the one time.
Right. That he didn't sing. That the Road Dogg sang.
Yeah.
All right.
I love that good. It's so much better that that's Ryback instead of Rusev, by the way. Because I would not know where to put Rusev.
Yeah. Hulking bald guys, they all look the same to me. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed yourself.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So none of us, I don't think, are be watching WrestleMania this weekend.
It doesn't tell you who these people are, if I would ask.
No, that's the reason why I thought that was Rusev instead of Ryback. But who are you looking at?
The first person.
Oh yeah, I have no idea. You know what I can do?
No
image. We can do this offline.
Yeah. But anyway, we can do it off. But yeah.
That's our show. The show we talked about wrestling as well as the People's Joker. So check it out. Check us out on all our socials. TikTam Pod on Threads, Instagram, and Blue Sky. They called this movie on TikTok. TikTampod@gmail.com if you want to shoot us an email, suggest a movie to us over there. But the best place to get hold of us is over on our Discord, and the best way to get on that Discord is to go on patreon.com/TikTampod and subscribe for $1. You get access to that Discord. You get exclusive episodes, all that fun stuff. Yeah, that's it. We're gonna head out of here. The director of The People's Joker was Vera Drew. So for Dan Aquino and Mark Myers, this is Anthony DeVecchio telling Vera Drew, well, you certainly made a movie, didn't you?